Hi guys, it's Trish from Dish Kitty Studio, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I don't usually show my face on here very often, but I decided to go for it today. I am gonna do this creative process tag that I saw on It's Cole XO's channel, and I know she got it from somewhere else. I will put both links below. I'll put It's Cole XO's and the person that originated this tag. It's all about the creative process and just sort of the art that you create and how you do it and that kind of thing. I'm going to go ahead and just dive right into it and start with the first question, which is, what do you create? Um, Lots of things. I create all sorts of things. Probably the number one thing that I spend my time on is my daily journal, which if you look through my channel, you'll see many, many videos of that journal. I basically chronicle my daily life every day with drawings, lots of writing, sometimes ephemera I'll stick in there. It just depends. Every day seems to be a little bit different. So there's lots of videos on this channel if you want to see more about what I'm talking about. It's there. Lots of people call that a Hobonichi. It's a Hobonichi style. I have been doing it for 6 years this year, so I have been doing it every single day for 6 years. So even before like the Hobonichi craze and the Hobonichi craze were big, I was kind of doing that sort of thing. I also keep an actual art journal, which is more like a mixed media type of journal. I have some flips on my channel of some of my past art journals as well, if you want to take a look at those. That's a lot more freeform. I'm not really necessarily chronicling daily events. It's more just playing with art. I have a million art supplies, and it's just my creative outlet. I just play with them. Not a lot of writing, not a lot of words in that book. Lots of drawing and painting and, just kind of, whatever I feel at the time, whatever I want to do. Collage, the whole thing. I also do knit and crochet. I have a sewing machine. I have sewn. I would not say I am good at sewing, but I've done it. I've made a few things. I made some throw pillows out of some of my husband's old, like, comic book t-shirts, and I've made some tote bags and really simple stuff. But it's not something I would say I'm good at. So I have I have tried just about everything. I was into soap making for a while. I did candle making for a while. I have even decoupaged a pair of shoes. I've tried everything. But it seems to be drawing and painting and things like that that have really stuck for a long time. And I do still do other things, but for the most of my time is taken up with drawing and painting. Um, the next question is, what do you need to create? I mean, I guess if you want to be technical, I don't need to create anything. I don't make any money from art whatsoever. I don't make anything to sell. I mean, I just do it for fun. It's really a hobby for me. I would say if there's anything I feel I need to create, it would be my daily journal. That's where the bulk of I mean, I don't have unlimited time to sit around and work on creative projects. So most of the time that I have, I spend on that. Um, After that, the next thing I would choose if I have more time is my art journal. Um, and then, if I have time for knitting and crochet or something while I'm watching TV, I will do that kind of stuff too. But as far as what do I need to create, I can tell you I need to create something. I mean, it truly is like therapy for me. I need the outlet. If I don't, if I am just have a stretch where I'm really, really busy and I don't have a lot of free time and I haven't been able to draw or paint or create anything, it takes a toll on me. And when I finally get the time to do it again, it's like, everything's better. So it truly is like therapy for me. I have all these questions written down in a notebook here in front of me, so that's why I keep looking down. The next question is coffee or tea? Both. It depends on what time of day it is. If it's in the morning, it's got to be. I've got to have coffee. It's a must. But in the afternoon and evening, I will switch to like an herbal tea. I am a big fan of the hot beverage, though. If I had to choose one or the other, herbal tea can take a hike. It would have to be coffee for sure. The next question is night or day? In terms of creativity, I would probably have to say night. I am not a morning person. I don't like to get up early if I can help it. I don't really feel like I'm at my peak in the morning, creatively or otherwise, any sort of peak in the morning. But it depends. I mean, like on the weekends, when I can sleep until I feel like waking up, then I don't have anything going on. I might get up, get some coffee, get a little something to eat, and then come right into my studio and start working. So then, yes, morning. But for the most part, I think creatively, I'm a night person. That's when I have more free time anyway, because like I said, I'm not a morning person, so if I have to work, I get up and it's time for work. Like I don't wake up with like all this time to spare to make things, and no, I get up in time to work. Next question is, where do you find inspiration? I mean, where don't I? Everywhere. I spend a lot of time looking at other people's artwork. I Pinterest, Flickr, Tumblr. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I'm subscribed to a lot of channels that kind of, inspire me and are of interest to me creatively. I also just I find color inspiring. Like I will just see something that's a particular shade of a color that will just inspire me. Like I'm like, oh, delicious. I want to make something with you. So I find inspiration in nature. I think trees and leaves and flowers are beautiful, and everything. I mean, anything can inspire me, and at sometimes nothing can inspire me. So it's, who knows? That's such a weird question. I mean, it's a valid question, but it's a very difficult one to answer. Next up, routine or wing it? Wing it. Like, do I have a plan ever? Negative. Which is ironic. Maybe that's why art is so important for me, like emotionally, because in my regular everyday life, I'm a planner. I know exactly what's going to happen. I know what we're going to eat for dinner 3 days from now. I know exactly what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow. And with art, I'm the total opposite. I sit down here in my studio. I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to do. While I'm working on something, I have no idea where it's going. I don't know what kind, I may sit down and say, oh, I haven't used this particular supply, like this type of colored pencil in a while. I think I'll get those out and play with them. But what am I going to do with them? Psh, your guess is as good as mine. Who knows? It's a complete surprise to me as well. So wing it. Next question is, what is your typical artistic challenge? I think the biggest one for me is feeling confident. It's, and not comparing my work to other people's. Like I said, I do spend a lot of time perusing artwork on different social media sites and looking at other people's work, and it's very easy to say, oh, this person's so good, I want to be that good. How come I'm not that good? And it's, you can't do that. You have to compare your work to your work. And a lot of, you have to remember, I have to remember, I don't know, I feel like I'm speaking in generalities about everyone, and I think these probably are things most people feel, but for myself, I have to keep in mind that I am really at the end of the day doing this for myself. I mean, I do post my artwork on social media and I make YouTube videos and all that kind of thing, but I am doing it for me. I'm not selling it. I don't sell any of my artwork. I I do it because I enjoy the process of creating it. I like to create art. So, I can compare myself to other artists, but I mean it gets me nowhere. It's tough though. That's my biggest challenge. My biggest challenge is feeling confident, feeling like I am good at what I'm doing and that I deserve to be doing it, and not comparing myself to other people that I feel are better. Um, the next question is, who are your role models? Again, I have lots. I would say number one is there's an artist. Her name is Denise Floor. I don't think she's on YouTube. I think she has a YouTube channel, but she doesn't really post videos anymore. I stumbled across her years ago. I want to say on Flickr, perhaps. And it just happened to be at a time when I was really starting to figure out that this whole daily journal thing was what I wanted. This is what I was doing. I was doing it, but I didn't really have a direction for it. I didn't it didn't even make sense to me. Like I was doing it, but I didn't get it. I was drawing every day and I was writing down what happened every day and I was keeping it all together, but I thought it was just something random that I was doing. And then I came across Denise Floor. She had been doing a journal just like that, much much better than mine. Didn't I just say I wasn't supposed to compare? But she was doing it and she was brilliant. Her pages were beautiful, her art was beautiful, her handwriting was beautiful. She had I'll see if I can find the original her Flickr account, if it's even still in existence, that had, she had all these categories by year of her book for the year, and all the pages, and there was just so much color and incredible artwork, and I was enthralled. And it just so happened that I found this tutorial that she had written on her blog. This had to be 5 years ago. That was kind of like how she set up her pages, different layout ideas that she had, how to draw how to kind of come up with a character for yourself and create it and draw it. And like it was like the light bulb went off. That was the starting point for me when I realized, holy crap, this is not something I just made up. Like, people are doing this and it's a real thing and it's freaking cool. So I took that tutorial and I must have read it 100 times. I practiced everything she talked about. She talked about choosing a color palette for your day, for your layout, the whole thing. I'm telling you, it was amazing. If I can find the link, I will definitely post it in the information below. It was incredible. It literally changed. I mean, so much of what I still do today in my daily journal comes from Denise Floor and the art that she was doing then and has been doing. There's a few other artists that I really admire. I love Danny Gregory. I think he's an incredible artist. He is very inspirational. I enjoy him very much. I love Tommy Kane. He is a very, very different artist for me because his drawings, he will spend hours and hours and draw every single detail of an object, and that's not me. My style, he's a little bit, not, I wouldn't even say realistic, but just a lot of detail in everything he does, and it's incredible. That's not me. I like cartoony things. I like things to be really cute and bright colors and fun, but I love to look at his work. It's not something I really aspire to myself, but I love to look at it. I love, from the mixed media side, I love Jane Davenport. I love her work. I think it's beautiful. And I love Dina Wakley. I think she's incredible too. So those are the big ones for me. There's lots of other YouTube channels I love and lots of other artists I love, but those are probably the biggest. Okay, next question is favorite snacks for creativity. I always have way too much ink, paint, who knows what on my paws to eat anything. So I don't usually eat when I create at all. How do you push through creative blocks? It's very difficult. I would say that I try to switch gears and do something else. Like I'll pick up a crochet project and work on that instead of painting. Or another thing I will like to do is I have a few coloring books laying around, like coloring books are such a trend right now. I have a few of them laying around. I'll pick one of those up and I'll just color. It's mindless, but it gives me something to work on and focus on, and sometimes that will, just putting a colored pencil to paper will help me kind of get my mojo back in gear. I will always go back to looking at other people's artwork online. That's a huge one. There's also this website I love that's kind of it's like just images of different people in different poses, but it's set up for the artist. So you can look at the picture, but it will be for a certain time, and then it'll switch to a different pose and a different person. So sometimes I'll do that, and I'll just try to do like quick, maybe like, I think you can set the timer for 60 seconds, 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, and, try to draw it, and then it'll switch to a new one. So I'll try to do that occasionally also. Okay. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. I had to pause for a minute. The next question is, what is your ideal creative day? It would be, I would sleep as long as I want, wake up, get some coffee, get a little something to eat, come to my studio, nobody bothers me, nobody calls me, I just stay in here all day, uninterrupted, doing whatever I feel like doing. That's it. I mean, all I want is time and quiet, I guess. That's it. That's ideal. I'm so easy to please, right? Do I have any advice for young artists? I mean, keep going, keep doing it. I think it's easy to feel like it's not worth anything and you're wasting your time, but you're not. If you're enjoying the time, you're not wasting it. So keep doing it. Keep doing what you like. Don't pay attention to any rules. Break all the rules, especially as an artist. There's no rules. The rules, no, there's not. Do whatever you want. Do what feels right to you. And do it because you love it, not because you want other people to love it. That's really the key. Don't compare yourself to anyone either. That's a very difficult thing to do, but try very hard to do it. The next question, or I guess it's not a question, but it says, sum up your creative process in one sentence. I think for me, it would be make a mess. That would be my sentence. That's all I got. I don't really have a process. It's more like, let's see what kind of mess I can make today. This is the last question, and it says it's optional, but I'm going to go ahead and answer it. Do you have any creative quirks? I think if you're an artist of any kind, just by nature, you have to have quirks. It's part of the job description. If you do everything just like everyone else, I'm not sure you really, I guess at the end of the day, you should be doing it for yourself. But do I have quirks? Yeah, I have a lot of quirks. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange question. What do you consider a quirk? I don't know. Yes, my quirk is that I draw pictures every single day of what I did that day. I think that's pretty quirky in itself. There's not too many people out there that do that kind of thing. But that's it for this tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's kind of long, and I'm sorry about that. If you're watching this and you want to do this tag, I tag you. I will put a copy of all the questions in the information down below. And I hope you look at some of my other videos and look at some of my artwork. Please like this video and please subscribe if you want to see more. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Peace out, kids.